Rather lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. Now, this early morning, I've woken up and I've been very disappointed because VAR, according to their official statement, they've actually acknowledged that they failed to draw the proper lines for offside, and that's why Christian Nogard's goal or assist for Ivan Toney actually was allowed. So if the VAR had drawn the proper lines, which they forgot to, then the goal doesn't stand, and I'm absolutely fuming. I'm really fuming. Now, this is the statement that has been released, and it shows that Brentford's controversial equalizer against Arsenal was wrongfully allowed to stand because of a human error by the video assistant referee, who failed to draw the correct lines offside. Lee Mason did not examine whether Nogard was in an offside position before crossing the ball for Ivan Toney to score. That is what you're talking about on the show now. That is where we are. And I'm absolutely disgusted because I was very fuming yesterday, and I'm still not happy with the way we played. I'm still not happy with the way we conducted ourselves in that game. But then VAR, they always find a reason to screw a team over. Actually, they had a disaster class this weekend. One against Chelsea, another against Arsenal. I just don't understand VAR. I just don't understand where the perfection is. I just don't understand where, I don't understand why VAR is here then. I just don't understand it. Because look at this. Let's have a look at this picture, right? That is Benjamin White, and behind him is Christian Nogard, right? They seem to be standing on the same line, but you can see there behind him, behind Benjamin White, Christian Nogard is leaning into an offside position. He's leaning into an offside. I can easily see it there. I can easily see it there. Right, and when it went to VAR for the first time, probably I say probably it's gonna be ruled up because I'm looking at Christian Nogard leaning into an offside position. And actually, what I don't understand is the offside position they were checking for is very different. They were checking for the offside position of Ethan Pinnock. It was Christian Nogard who was actually offside. And then they come up with this, right? They come up with this, that there was a human error by the video assistant referee who failed to draw the correct offside lines. Lee Mason did not examine whether Nogard was offside before crossing the ball. So the question then, if we are checking a goal that has actually already been scored, and then you don't check the position of the position of the striker, of the goal scorer, and the one who made the assist, what were they checking for then? Why did they take all that time? What were they checking for? Then I don't understand. I really don't get it. But I just hate VAR. To be honest, I'm disgusted. Not only this time, I've seen so many times VAR screw us over, VAR screw teams over. And this is not about Arsenal only. This is not about, us losing and dropping points to Brentford. It's not all about that, right? Yesterday, Chelsea could have gotten their first win in 8 games. Thomas Tuchel, goes down on the ground, blocks the ball with his hand, and VAR rule it's no penalty. And they robbed Chelsea of a vital, precious 3 points that they deserved in that game, right? Yes, Arsenal didn't deserve 3 points in the game, but we are not supposed to put the ball into the back of our net for Brentford. They played well, they did everything, and they failed to put the ball into the back of the net of our net. That is not our concern. Right, our concern is Arsenal going and finding a way to score and getting 3 points. And when we did that, VAR has always found a reason. I just don't understand why they can't correct the system. It's the same mistakes, it's the same bullshit every single season. Right, last season I did a similar video and I was absolutely ranting about VAR. This season I'm making a similar video ranting about VAR. The next season I'm going to be ranting about VAR. I just don't understand it. I just don't get it. Scrap the system off. I mean, just call it off. If it's not working, right? If it's not working, and I saw Mikel Arteta's press conference and ran through it, he says he looks at all the angles and it's offside. And I'm asking, these lunatics, these lumpens have a lot of time. They slow the game down. They kill the emotions of the game. They kill every single precious moment in the game, trying to verify whether the goal is onside or offside. And they still come up with the wrong decision. That is what hurts me. That is where the pain comes from on my side. That is where my pain comes from. You take a lot of time. You literally do all this nonsense and you still cannot get it right. I mean, why? We should say VAR has 3 or 5 seconds to verify a goal or not. But sometimes these guys take minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. They're checking a goal. They're checking possible red cards, and they obviously get it wrong all the time. Manchester United against Leeds United in the midweek. Was it in midweek? No, that Manchester United against Crystal Palace. Casemiro is sent off, is given a red card, and when you rewatch, you don't need to be on VAR. When you rewatch, it is Casemiro trying to stop a player. Yes, he grabs him in the neck. It's not that serious. It's not trying to strangle him, right? They're not even having a fight in there between themselves. Right, it's just a simple situation, and they give him a red card, and I'm asking myself, how are they not seeing these? They've just cost us 2 vital points into the title race, and now Manchester City are breathing down our neck. Now we need to win against Manchester City, whether we want or not. Right, and you never know. I don't know. Are we going to do well against Manchester City? Are we going to, win that game comfortably? Are we going to lose? Are we going to draw? It's now more pressure. It's now much more pressure, right? And pressure that comes from, yes, we didn't play well, but the pressure is coming from a wrong decision from a third party. I just hate it. I absolutely just hate it. These days, it means you have to pray that the referee has a good game and has a nice evening or afternoon. But then you also have to pray that the lads on VAR, brought their specs on. They put their specs on. They're very, very vigilant, and they're also in a very, very good mood. Because my problem with VAR is, if you're reducing human error, these are and then you employ more humans to work on a machine, to work on a TV. I just kind of feel it's a little bit redundant. I don't know whether I just hate it, but it's so redundant. It's absolutely redundant. I look at the goals that are always allowed. That's the beauty of football, and I've already said it. If Christian Nogart's goal stands and there is no VAR, I would be fuming. I would be absolutely fuming. But that is the beauty of football. That is why football exists. Football is not perfect. And that's why we say anything can happen in football. You can have a goal cleared off the line and it went in and it's not allowed. You can have a handball like Luis Suarez's handball against Ghana. You can have anything in football. Anything can happen in football, right? The emotions that VAR robs us of are not replaced. In my opinion, they are not replaced. I don't see, there will be a time when Arsenal get a penalty because of VAR. There'll be a time when an Arsenal goal is allowed courtesy of VAR. But those are the few moments compared to the pain, compared to the damage this system is actually causing, right? It's the worst story. I wish I didn't say this. I really, really wish I didn't say this. It's the worst story I've had to look at, this morning. It's the worst story I've had to look at this morning. The Arsenal's goal, Brentford's goal, was actually allowed because they didn't draw lines. Then what did they fucking do? That's the question. If they didn't draw the lines, what did they do? If they didn't check Christian Nogad's offside position, what did they do? So what were they checking? Because where I don't know the service provider that you used to watch, but where I watched the game, we paused, we went to VAR, and we took a couple of minutes trying to look at the goal. So I'm asking myself then, what were these lumpens? What were these lunatics checking? What were they looking at? It's a shambles, man. It's a shambles. And just like that, you rob a club who have been absolutely pure throughout the campaign. I don't think we've benefited from VAR in our 20 game run, right? I don't think we've benefited from VAR. The Martinelli goal, not clear and obvious error. VAR rules out against Manchester United. We lose 3-2. That should have been 3-3, right? And everybody says, okay, Arsenal, just calm down, everything. We play against Newcastle, right? It's in the last minutes. There is a handball in the penalty area against Newcastle. VAR says no goal. This time, VAR, Christian Nogard is offside, crosses it back for Ivan Toney. Oh, it's a goal. I don't want to say they have something against us, because this happens to so many teams. It happened to Liverpool in that season when they never wanted them to win the title. It happened to Liverpool, so many times, right? And all Liverpool fans were, screaming and shouting, and I could feel for them. But right now, I just don't understand. Actually, when I replay the scenes in my head, there's so many moments this campaign that where we could have done better in games, and VAR have actually robbed us of those moments. Newcastle, that should be 3 points. To be honest, 3 points. Man United, we should have gotten a point in that game. We were going up earliest in that game. Gabriel Martinelli is late. It's cancelled. And now, we are going to get 3 points. The guys are offside. And VAR say, you're not going to score. You're not going to score. You're not going to win. The Brentford goal stands. So I need your thoughts. I need your opinions. I know we didn't play well, and I did my player ratings. You can check out the video. I wasn't really happy with the defending in that game. I thought we could have done a little bit better. William Saliba heads the ball into the air, and there we have to fight, right? Try to get in front of Brentford players. Try to fight for the ball. Try to be the best team in our own penalty area so that we draw the fouls. I mean, all you have to do when you actually go up, 15 minutes to go, all you have to do there is to kind of manage the game. Bring on Jorginho, try to manage the game, draw the fouls, waste the time. I mean, it doesn't hurt, right? But I wasn't really satisfied, right? But that doesn't mean that VAR have the authority. They don't have the authority to rob us of that moment. Not at the Emirates Stadium. If we were at the GTEC Stadium, maybe. I mean, at the GTEC Stadium, it's okay. I mean, everybody say, oh, Brentford were at home and they got the favor. Everything ruled in their favor. But you come at the Emirates Stadium at our own ground, at a VAR room that we have set for you, and then you rob us of such a moment. Shame upon them. Shame upon them. I'm just disgusted. I'm absolutely disgusted. And I know Mikel is actually not feeling very, very well, because I looked at his press conference. I was watching it. I watched the whole of it. And he was saying he looked at all the angles. They were offside. Right? He looked at all the angles. They were offside. So where is VAR getting their angle? Even if they didn't draw the lines, where are they getting the angle? The picture is clear there, right? That calls for a checking, right? That calls for checking. Ben White's hand doesn't play him onside. It doesn't, because Ben White's hand is almost on the line, right? And Christian Nogard is there leaning into offside. And, somehow, it's not offside. Somehow it's not given. Somehow Arsenal have to pay the price of, VAR not being efficient. We never called for this. No one called for VAR. I think it was some kind of, stupid inventor out there who just said, oh, we need something that can, rectify mistakes in the game. It's not rectifying. If anyone thinks this system is rectifying mistakes in football, it's not rectifying. It's actually doing the opposite. So I'm disgusted. I'm really, really disgusted with that. But on we go. On we march. Manchester City coming up next.